Good afternoon. Welcome back to all you fellow sports wagering enthusiasts. It's the Thursday, December 28th edition of Boris's Best Bets. Going to try to get going here after a little bit of a hiatus over the Christmas break. Had quite a busy schedule going on, so going to try and get back and start winning some money to pay for all those Christmas presents everybody had to buy. We're in the college bowl season now, as everybody knows. It's hard to believe that back in the day we had the 4 Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and Cotton Bowl. Now this year, believe it or not, there's 43 bowl games. I think they're getting a little bit carried away, but you know what? It's good for us gamblers. A little bit more action to watch over the holidays. There's lots of games coming up in the next few days, including the Big 4 on New Year's Day. Those should be a couple of really good games. Got a couple of bowl games we're going to look at today and an NHL game. It's tough with the bowl games this time of year because of a lot of guys that are, thinking about joining the draft for the NFL coming up. If they're not in one of the big games, they don't even bother playing because they don't want to take the chance on getting injured and then blowing up their dreams of getting drafted in the NFL, which I can get that from, a futures perspective, but it'd be pretty tough to stand on the sidelines and watch your teammates out there after playing with them all year, but it happens all the time in college football, unfortunately, and you really need to look at that kind of stuff when you're betting on these bowl games. Sometimes you think you got an in on something and it just blows up in your face. Well, as we all know, that's gambling once again, but there's a 5:45 start. It's the Pop-Tarts Bowl, believe it or not. We got North Carolina State Wolfpack playing against the Kansas State Wildcats. Now, if this had been earlier in the season, I probably would have been putting my money on Kansas State. But like I said, with the transfer portal and guys not wanting to play, there's so many guys on both sides in this team that aren't playing in this game. But the one that really jumps out at me is Kansas State's starting a freshman quarterback who I think maybe has 30 career passes. Who knows? The kid could come out and light it up, but, I'm going to go against him. Also, NC State's coming in riding a 5-game win streak. And they've beat some pretty good teams in those 5 games. They're also shooting for their first 10-win season in a couple of decades, so they got something to play for in this game. They've got most of their core intact, or most of their defense at least, and they're only giving up about 20 points a game this year. So for selection number 1, I'm going to go ahead and take the North Carolina State Wolfpack at +3. Now, the second college football game we're going to look at, we got the Arizona Wildcats taking on the Oklahoma Sooners in the Alamo Bowl. Now, both these teams are top 25 teams. What I'm looking at here is the over, getting it at 58.5. Arizona's averaged 35-plus points all year. They've scored over 40 in their last 3 in a row, and they scored 59 in their last game. Over on the other side, Oklahoma's averaging 43 points a game. They've scored over 40 their last 3-4 games, and they scored 69 in their last game. So it's being played in Texas, huge college football state. The fans will be going crazy. I can just see this thing being a shootout. So for selection number 2, we're going to take the over 58.5 in the Arizona Wildcats versus Oklahoma Sooners. Now for the NHL game, it's a 10 o'clock start out in Vegas, where the Vegas Golden Knights are welcoming in the Los Angeles Kings. The Kings going up against the Knights. Now LA's been the best team on the road all season in the NHL, and something's just off with Vegas right now. I don't know what's going on there, but they're coming off a 5-2 loss to Anaheim. I know Vegas is always a tough place to play on the road, but I like the way this LA team's playing this year. So for selection number 3, Going to take the LA Kings on the money line. Do a little recap for you. We got the North Carolina State Wolfpack at +3. We get the over 58.5, the Arizona Wildcats versus the Oklahoma Sooners. And then we got the Los Angeles Kings on the money line. Everybody have a great evening. Enjoy the games. Let's get a little winner, winner, chicken dinner. Best of luck to you all.